Ajay's entry into the world was anything but ordinary. Born to a 14-year-old mother, he was thrust into a life of uncertainty and hardship from the very beginning. His mother, barely more than a child herself, was ill-equipped to handle the responsibilities of motherhood. The weight of raising Ajay fell on his grandmother, a resilient woman who had seen more than her fair share of life's struggles. The neighborhood they lived in was a battleground. The streets were lined with dilapidated buildings, their walls scarred by bullet holes and graffiti. Drug deals went down in broad daylight, and the sound of gunfire was as common as the chirping of birds. Gang violence was rampant, and the police presence was more of a looming threat than a source of protection. It was a place where dreams were often crushed before they could even take root. Despite the chaos outside, Ajay's grandmother created a sanctuary within their small apartment. She was a pillar of strength and love, her presence a beacon of hope in Ajay's tumultuous world. She filled their home with warmth, her laughter a soothing balm to Ajay's young soul. She would often tell him stories of resilience and hope, instilling in him a sense of possibility even in the face of adversity. Ajay's grandmother recognized his creative spark early on. She enrolled him in a local performing arts school, a decision that would shape the course of his life. The school was a stark contrast to the world outside. It was a place where Ajay could escape the harsh realities of his neighborhood and immerse himself in the world of music, dance, and art. Here, he was free to express himself, to explore his talents, and to dream of a life beyond the confines of his environment. At the Performing Arts School, Ajay discovered a passion for music. He would spend hours in the music room, losing himself in the rhythm and melody. His teachers noticed his talent and encouraged him to pursue it. Ajay's creative mind set him apart from his peers, giving him a unique perspective on life. While others were caught up in the streets, Ajay was learning to channel his emotions into his art. The bond between Ajay and his grandmother was unbreakable. She was his rock, his confidant, and his biggest supporter. She would often sit with him as he practiced his music, her eyes filled with pride and love. She believed in him when no one else did, and her unwavering support gave Ajay the strength to keep going. But life had a way of testing even the strongest bonds. When Ajay was 13, his grandmother fell ill. The illness was swift and unforgiving, and within a few months, she was gone. Her death left a gaping hole in Ajay's heart, a void that seemed impossible to fill. He was forced to move in with his young mother and her new husband, a Jamaican migrant who was still trying to find his footing in a foreign land. The transition was anything but smooth. Ajay's stepfather was strict, and his mother was still grappling with her own issues. Ajay felt like an outsider in his own home, struggling to find his place in this new family dynamic. The loss of his grandmother weighed heavily on him, and he found himself drifting further away from the creative pursuits that once brought him joy. Despite the challenges, Ajay held on to the lessons his grandmother had taught him. He remembered her stories of resilience and hope, and he clung to the belief that he could rise above his circumstances. The Performing Arts School remained a sanctuary for him, a place where he could escape the chaos and reconnect with his passion. As Ajay navigated the turbulent waters of his teenage years, he would often think back to the times he spent with his grandmother. Her love and guidance had laid the foundation for his future, giving him the strength to face whatever came his way. Little did he know, the journey ahead would test him in ways he could never have imagined, but it would also reveal the depths of his resilience and the power of his creative spirit. Reflection: life may throw us into chaos, but it is within our power to find our own sanctuary. Ajay's story reminds us that even in the darkest of times, love and creativity can light the way. No matter the obstacles, we can rise above our circumstances and carve out a path to a brighter future. Let a Jay's journey inspire you to find strength in your struggles and to never lose sight of your dreams.